Yo, what is good, Ninja? My name is OJ and welcome to another News Essence. Today we have some awesome information for you guys and some terrifying information as well. I want to first talk about the Amazon sales charts. The Nintendo Switch is going on an absolute tear, which we just can't ignore, guys. There are too many games, too many accessories, too many things going really well for Nintendo on there. And also, I'm going to talk about why I am absolutely terrified to turn on my Nintendo Switch. And it's a little bit of a tweet that I saw from one of the good friends of the show here, John from Spawnwave. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off first with the Amazon sales charts. You guys know how I always go over these. Amazon is pretty much taking over the world. Many people do their shopping on Amazon for video games. And I wanted to go over some things because some of the new games from the Nintendo Direct have already taken the lead when it comes to the Amazon sales charts. So what we're seeing here is the charts at the top, and Super Smash Bros. Is the top game sold, even though there's no release date. Even though there's no really any information outside of it's coming 2018, Super Smash Bros. Has still been the most pre-ordered, the most purchased game pretty much since it was dropped that it was coming, that it could be pre-ordered. I think Kirby Star Allies was ahead of it for just a bit, but then it's already right there at the top spot. Super Mario Odyssey is doing really well at that $48 price point. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is doing well at a $54 price point. I mean, it's been almost a year. We're going to a year for that game, and 54 bucks, but people are still buying it. But I also wanted to go over some of the other stuff. The Nintendo Switch is doing number 12 and number 13 right then and there when it comes to sales wise. Amazon has had pretty good stock, so if you're still looking for Nintendo Switch, I mean, most people should be able to find one. Amazon usually has it in stock for good prices. You can save 99 cents on Amazon, so make sure you check that out. Kirby Star Allies is still holding steady at number 15, but I wanted to talk about some of the new games here, and that is Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, the Standard Edition. There was a little bit of a price glitch, which caused people to check out at $26, and that completely shot the game up pretty high, but then it got corrected. But even still, it's still at number 16. But then also Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is at number 19 as well. And the next game that's from any other system is Far Cry 5, which is launching, I think, at the end of this month, and that is at number 20. And then God of War is at 22. God of War is not coming out till next month, so that game is going to rise all the way up. I think God of War is going to do really well. I think Far Cry is going to rise up higher as well. But it's interesting to see how the Nintendo Switch is pretty much dominating the Amazon sales charts. I wouldn't expect it to be this lopsided, especially if you looked at it from the last generation, even with the 3DS and even with the Wii U. I mean, you saw some 3DS games creep up into the Amazon sales charts. I mean, we saw like Pokemon and things like that, even into last generation. But the Wii U, we really didn't see much. We didn't really see too much of that. Yes, there would be Mario Kart when it came out, but it would quickly drop back down. You wouldn't see the continued sustained sales. But I do want to talk about this when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Because I think Super Smash Bros., when you look at what that franchise does and you look at what it did on the 3DS and the Wii U, I mean, it's easily the best-selling or one of the best-selling fighting game franchises out there. But with the Nintendo Switch, in terms of its popularity and what's going on here, I think this franchise is really set to explode how it should. I mean, in my opinion, Smash Bros. Should be like a 25 million seller, like every single time. I mean, you have a collection of the greatest Nintendo characters throughout all their franchises for the most part. We're still missing some here and there, but for the most part, you got all the main ones there. That should be like a 25 million seller, 20 million at the minimum every single time it comes out, because it's not like it's like COD where it comes out like every single year. This game comes out like every single like 6 years or something like that. I mean, it's something crazy. Usually it's once per generation. This would be the fastest time in between periods when Smash Bros. Launched, I think, since the original Smash Bros. On the N64 to Melee on the GameCube. From Melee to Brawl, then from Brawl to Smash 4, took a lot of time in between, and pretty much since 1998, 1999, we've only had 4 Smash Bros. Games. This will be the 5th one, so it's been a long time. They don't come out very often, so I'm expecting this Smash Bros. Game to do gangbusters on the Nintendo Switch. So I think Nintendo has really set themselves up to sell that 20 million like Tatsumi Kimishima has talked about. I'm excited about the other games as well. I think Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, I think that game's going to do extremely well on the Nintendo Switch, considering the style of game that it is, considering that a lot of Nintendo fans who grew up back in the PS1 era or who grew up in the Super Nintendo era actually played a lot of Crash Bandicoot. I remember going to my friend's house and playing Crash Bandicoot all the time. I remember us beating it back then, and it was just a lot of fun, and it was just a ton of fun to play through, and I cannot wait to play Crash Bandicoot on the Nintendo Switch. I had a feeling, and of course I knew that the game was going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. That's why I didn't buy the PlayStation 4 version. Even though I knew it was coming, I still almost bought it when I saw a good sale, but I was like, you know what? It's coming to the Switch. I'd rather have it to where I can play anywhere. Just wait, patience, and the patience paid off because it's coming to Nintendo Switch. It's coming at a great time during the summer, right there before Octopath. So I'll have a few days to kind of tear through that before I really dig into Octopath, man. So I'm excited for the sales charts here. I think it shows that the Nintendo Switch is healthy. Once again, third-party developers, if you're looking, the Nintendo Switch is continuing to sell really well. I think that should give all of them the confidence to invest in the Nintendo Switch. Fans will go out there and buy it. I think that people will buy your games if you make a quality version of it. So definitely invest. Let us know what you're going to be having for E3. I think that's going to be good upcoming this year, and you can finally go into a Nintendo system thinking, okay, we have a chance. You know, it's not just Mario and Zelda, right? It's not just that. There's actually other games out there that are doing well on a Nintendo platform, like doing really well on Nintendo platforms. Crash is going to do really well. We've had other games do extremely well too, such as like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So I do think that third-party developers can invest in this platform now, considering just the sustained success that we've seen for a year plus. Now at this point, we're past the year and the sales are still continuing. You're still seeing third-party games do well and chart up in the Amazon sales chart. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we have here when it comes to what other developers are going to put on the Nintendo Switch and what this could bring. All right, and moving to the final topic here, I have something that makes me absolutely terrified to turn on my Nintendo Switch. Heck, I've been terrified to sometimes turn on my Nintendo Switch, but essentially because this one hits so close to who I associate with. So John over there from Spawnwave, amazing channel. You guys all know Spawnwave for the most part. If you don't, make sure you check out his channel. Awesome stuff there. So this is what he had to say on Twitter. He said, "It appears that the Nyko dock has caused my Nintendo Switch to stop charging and play dead. Looks like I may have just lost all my save data." And that absolutely terrifies me. As someone who's put in over 100 hours into multiple games, I think I have almost 100 hours into Splatoon, I have over 100 hours into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I have over 100 hours in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I have over 100 hours in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I definitely don't want to lose all my save data. And unfortunately, Nintendo still does not have a way for us to back up our saves. And I talked about this on Twitter, that that's probably the biggest thing that they need to address, which unfortunately probably won't get addressed until the paid online drops or around that time where the paid online drops. I don't think Nintendo wants to do SD saves because that's the biggest way to exploit a system in terms of security. The 5.0 update just dropped, and pretty much all of that was to mess hackers up, and things would be a lot easier if you could just do stuff off the SD card. So Nintendo is like, nah, we're not doing that. But at the same time, people are terrified of potentially losing all of their save data because there are no cloud saves. And I think cloud saves are coming just because I know Nintendo has the technology ready to go, because the Nintendo TV was actually cloud technology back on the Wii U. So I know that they have that there and they're probably honing it, and we're probably going to get cloud saves, but we have to wait till September to probably get it when the online drops. So it has me terrified to even turn on my Nintendo Switch or even use any type of third-party accessory on it when it comes to batteries or charging or anything. I'm only using the official stuff, and this has pretty much confirmed it for me in terms of what John said. He said that he used a Nyko dock, okay? He used a Nyko dock and it potentially messed up. And I'm hoping that this is just a false alarm. I'm hoping. Now, this was a while ago that he tweeted this. Maybe things have changed, but I'm hoping this did not come true. But for all of those out there, I wanted to put out a warning. Do not use, right now, do not use any other types of docks or charging cables or anything else that didn't come with the Nintendo Switch, because you don't want to end up with your data being erased and all that. And I know, trust me guys, I want there to be some type of way to back up saves or something like that so we don't have to worry about that type of stuff, but there isn't. So we've got to take every precaution right now to make sure that that doesn't happen, at least until we get a solution. And I would think that September, with the paid online, we're going to see cloud saves. So I'm hoping that happens, and this has me absolutely terrified to do anything outside of just the normal with my Nintendo Switch. So I'm gonna be extremely careful, and I suggest you guys do too. Do not buy third-party docks and other stuff like that. Even if this didn't come true, even if everything is okay with the save data, I would still play on the safe side and not get any of the extra third-party stuff or hookups or connections or anything like that, or modify certain things when it comes to your Joy-Cons. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just terrified at this point. So what do you guys think about this? Have any of you guys lost your save data and had to send it back in? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming page and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.